everyone, it's Vismaya. I jumped on a minute early just so that people can really see, start to get notifications and see that we're live. We have a special guest today. Her name is Burge Smith-Lyons, but I will tell you all about her in a minute. I'm just going to, if I'm looking down for a second, forgive me, I am going down, looking down at my computer to actually share our live because it's really exciting. We got good stuff happening today. And I want to give people a moment to catch on and to see what we're doing. So I don't know if on your end it's blurry, because on my end it is. So I'm not really sure what's happening with this. I don't know. It's not blurry on my phone right now. So I don't know how to change that. If anyone has any ideas, please let me know. The sound quality is probably quite clear. However, the live stream seems to be acting a bit strange. So I'm going to just go ahead and post that onto my personal page. Hi, Sue. How are you? I see you there. And we're just waiting. I see yep, we're waiting to see, I'm waiting for Burge to jump on. Let's see what we have. So I hope everyone's having, excuse me, a fabulous day. Thank you so much for joining us. We're doing these lives every so often because, as you know, I've talked about it a few times. I put together a gratitude journal, and I'm going to show you what they look like. Let's see who else jumped on. So here's a gratitude journal. This is what it looks like. And it has 3 parts to it, and it's really cool. It has a part for you to write down all of your gratitude wins, which I will show you. So your gratitude wins looks like this. It's a blank page. It gives you space, gives you ideas of what to write down. There's also space for you to actually, or also suggestions for you to create these gratitude. Hi, Burge, I see you. I'm going to jump you in 1 second. So there's also space for you to write down or to take these gratitude action steps, which are little things that you can do on a regular basis to give you an extra boost of gratitude, to amplify your levels of joy and happiness. And then there's also spot at the end, or at the end of each week, or at the beginning of each week, I should say, which allows you to, they're free gifts from different contributors in the book, and it really allows you to tap into different areas of your life that you didn't even know you may want to tap into, and it creates these beautiful moments of gratitude. So before I bring Burge on, I want to tell you a little bit about her. Super excited she's here. I'm grateful to know her. I'm grateful to play with her. So I'm going to read you her bio, so forgive me for looking down for a second. Burge Smith-Lyons is president and CEO of Essence of Being. For more than 36 years, she's been involved with healing, learning, and educational environment, and has facilitated workshops for personal growth and corporate seminars since 1980 in the area of self-development, communication techniques, relationships, abundance, team building, and leadership development. She specializes in helping people identify their bubble talk, subconscious negative self-talk that blocks them from achieving what they want in life. Her holistic mind-body-spirit approach includes experiential learning styles and super learning, accelerated learning techniques that activates both the left and right brain. Burge is an international best-selling author, motivational speaker and trainer, DISC certified instructor, relationship and communications expert. She is a chairperson and founder of the Healing Forest Foundation, a nonprofit organization that focuses on experiential learning and shifting of outdated belief systems for children and adults. She has created the Essence series of workshops, seminars, programs, and has taught thousands of graduates from around the world in hubs in Atlanta, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Asheville, Boston, Rhode Island, London, Ecuador, New York, Toronto, Canada, Kuala Lumpur, I hope I said that right, Malaysia, for over 26 years, and she's expanding into India and China. She's a master at what she does. So let me just stop talking for a second and bring her on. She should be coming on. Hi, Burge.
Hi! Oh my gosh!
Hang on 1 second. I just realized I have to put my headset in because I can't hear you. Hi.
Can you hear me now?
I do. That works wonders.
Microphone, but I figured if I do that, I can't hear you.
That's exactly what happened. How are you?
I am fabulous. I mean, you're sitting there reading that, and I'm like, who is that person? Really?
That's you, my dear.
No. Young
What?
I'm too young.
Really? What area of the world are you in today?
I am in Atlanta right now.
Okay.
So we're getting ready for our Essence of Abundance. Yay!
I know.
Saturday for the one day here in Atlanta. So that's where
Very
I'm at.
cool. Very cool. So before we get into that, because I really want you to share a little bit about the essence of a being, essence of abundance, and the leadership. I just butchered the name, the Conscious Leadership Academy. There's two things that always stick out that you say on a regular basis that, everybody in your community, the first one is what you focus on expands. And the second is giving and receiving is the same energy. And those two things have really shifted my way of being and my conversation. So will you share with us a little bit about that? Give us something to chew on for today.
I'll give you something to chew on. Hey. So yeah, and definitely, and we made shirts, right? Trust and allow, and don't ask how. And what you focus on expands together.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's definitely a moniker that I use a lot. And basically, long story short, what you focus on gets bigger. And so it's not just this woo-woo kind of esoteric, energetic thought about, yeah, if I focus on it long enough, it'll appear. But it's actually a physiological thing in your brain. It's called a reticular activator in your brain that when you focus on something, basically it expands and gets bigger and you see it more, and that's what you focus on, and that's what you create from an emotional standpoint, a spiritual standpoint, a physical and mental. So for instance, like when you're looking for a car and you're test driving a car and you're looking online, you want to buy a new car, and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere where you didn't see it before. Have you ever done that?
Absolutely. And it really ties in perfectly to gratitude because, it's the same thing. When you're looking for things to be grateful for, you find them all over. Even when life is feeling like it's falling apart, my experience has been, because I am in constant space of looking for those moments of gratitude, I'm able to find them. So I absolutely agree with you. And sometimes just hearing it in a different way is where the power comes from. So that's something that sticks in my head often. What I focus on expands, what I focus on expands. So
I love that about gratitude, because whenever you're in appreciation or gratitude, it raises your it raises your consciousness up to that level. And absolutely, no matter what's going on in your life, you could be living in a car down by the river kind of thing, like I used to kind of. I mean, you could have all of these things going on, but the point is, if you would just shift that, you can shift it just by your refocusing your thoughts and going, okay, I got to find one thing. Even if you're in a relationship with, find one thing that you feel gratitude for, and it raises that level of your vibration. And that's what's important, your vibration, not anybody else's.
Agreed. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So the giving and receiving part of that is, a lot of times people are just, they're givers and they want to be able to give money or friendship or time to people, and people that I know that are in our community throughout the world, our global movement that we have, conscious leaders, which is you, and empowering others to create that win-win world. That's what we're all about. So everywhere I go around the world, that's what I find, is that people are these givers and they want to make a difference. They want to feel safe and they want another loved. So that's the common thread or the through line of wherever I go and whatever workshops we're doing or programs. That's kind of the common thing. I want to be loved. I want to feel wanted. I want to feel safe, and I want to know that I matter.
And it's interesting because those are the people that are always the ones doing and giving and, pushing out their energy. And I love what you say, because go ahead, say it in Burge way.
Bubble talk way, right? That giving and receiving is the same energy. that basically when you give someone something and they receive it, it gives you something. So it's the same energy. If you block it anywhere from the receiving end or the giving end, it blocks the energy. And so what so many people have been raised with, it's better to give than
receive, of course.
And there's all of these things about receiving. And so a lot of people say, I want more money, I want more prosperity, I want better relationships, I want a better life, whatever that is, or I want to know what my purpose is. And so they may be asking for support and help and direction. However, the universe, God, energy, people, whatever you want to call the outside influence, okay, it could be giving you all kinds of things, but you don't recognize it because we block receiving. Because it's socially acceptable to not receive.
Absolutely.
In my world, it's in yours, it's spiritually inappropriate, because if you do not allow yourself to receive, then of course things are going to be blocked. Think about it when you give somebody gifts all the time and they're like, yeah, thanks, whatever. How does that make you feel?
Not so great.
Don't want to give it to them anymore. So many people I know, it's like they're saying, I want this, I want this, I want this, but not really. I want it, but there's strings attached. I want it, but what am I going to have to do for it? Okay, I want it, and I don't deserve it. So there's this bubble talk, which is that subconscious thought that keeps you from getting what you want. It's like a cartoon character with a bubble above your head.
Mm-hmm.
What they're thinking. So a lot of us have, well, all of us have that subconscious or unconscious bubble talk that runs us. And if we're thinking, and it's subconscious, we don't walk around saying it, but if we're thinking that, or what's it gonna, am I gonna have to give something back, or if I don't deserve it, or I'm not good enough, or there's something wrong with me, or
the deserve it one I hear a lot. It's almost people even a compliment, people discount it, they push it away. I remember telling a woman, I go, wow, you look so beautiful in that dress. And she looks at me and she says, oh my God, this thing, I got it for $5 at the thrift shop. I go, whoa. I said, hold on, let's rewind. I said, all you're going to do is say thank you. So I said, let's do this again. I said, wow, you look so beautiful in that dress. And she says, thank you. And it was really a crazy moment for her, because she had to stop and not have that, the bubble talk in her mind, and just receive the compliment.
Where did you learn that?
That's part of my belief system, but it was reinforced definitely through Essence of Being.
About saying thank you, right? It's people, when we do these exercises, of course, so you can get it on a cellular level, but saying thank you, and that's it. Because what I also find is people will say thank you, and you do too. And so it's this immediate turnaround about, I don't want to receive it totally. Let me give you something back now, because I don't want to just totally receive it. But if you think about it, when we're babies, we're looking at a baby, we're going, you're too cute, you're too cute. So we're looking at the baby, and the baby's just receiving it and going, oh. And we all used to do that, right?
Right.
So we still have that ability, and the baby doesn't look up at you and say, no, I'm not. No, let me do something for you. What do you want if I receive that from you? Baby doesn't do that.
No. Or I don't need to compliment you right away as well. They don't have that consciousness. I think I love that analogy, because it's true. We have to. My favorite meme I saw recently was I was putting together a PowerPoint for a talk I was giving, and it says, I don't know how to receive compliments. Somebody wishes me a happy birthday, or somebody tells me I look beautiful today, and I turn around and go, happy birthday. So it's the same conversation, and really the action sometimes of just opening our hands and going, I receive that, especially a compliment. I receive that.
And it does, the more you do that, the coolest thing is, just like gratitude, right? The more you do it, the more comfortable, and you receive it, and it reaches your thoughts, so it becomes more of a common thing for you to just, it's a knee-jerk reaction in how you respond, is you say thank you, or you allow it. So one of my biggest things I say, right, is trust and allow.
And don't ask how.
Because so many people want to know, well, how do I get it, or how do I do it, or what, But trusting and allowing is a big, big word for me, because that is one way you can receive. And that's everything that you deserve in your life. And the emotional part of prosperity, is really important. And for me, a little nugget I want to give you and your peeps out there is that, you know, if you find yourself wanting more prosperity, let's just say, and you want to have more money in your life, one of the best things you can do is give. You give your way to prosperity. And that's what happened to me, because I had lost everything. You know, I was bankrupt, I was divorced, I had lost everything in my life. I basically was living in a van down by the river. Not really, but close enough. And you know, my little car and one headlight, and I had a 2.5-year-old son that I had to feed. So I was a single mom having to do this. And so, long story short, I kept giving my way to prosperity, just like you with gratitude. You start giving gratitude and receiving it. So it's sort of this, it primes the pump. And what happened was, the more I gave, the more I received, the more I received, the more I gave. And it became this loop. So the more that's a great mantra. The more I receive, the more I give. The more I give, the more I receive. Because now I have millions in assets. I travel around the world teaching this stuff all around thousands of people. Been married 22 years now. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
You know, my son is, I just got off a Disney ship. He just was the lead in Frozen. So he's been traveling the world, living in Manhattan, living the dream, right? So he's done pretty well. This stuff works. It does. It works.
It does.
So the feeling of allowing and giving and receiving in the same energy is important. But the other piece about emotions and prosperity is that we beat ourselves up. So a lot of times, especially people that are in consciousness, or maybe that you've learned some things about yourself, and you go, you know what, I should be in a different place by now. Hello, I know this stuff. Right?
I did a whole lot of that this weekend. I sat back and I was looking at, you know, all of a sudden, I don't know how it happened, but things on my website that I could not do, or I didn't think I could do, or never tried to do. I sat down this week and I nailed out 3 pages on my website. I have no idea how it happened, what happened. And I looked back and I was like, you know, I should have. But then I'm like, I get it. There's no should have going back. It is what it is. And it's perfect right now. But it was all of a sudden it happened. Boom. So
the shoulds will get you, because
yeah.
You know what I say, when you should on yourself, it gets messy.
Yes, it does.
But the thing that I want to say about it is this, that when you start shooting on yourself, or when you feel guilty, okay, about wherever you are in your quest for your business or your life or your personal, you know, your relationships or your connection, whenever you feel guilty about any of that, it basically you vibrate guilt. And that's
right.
a question that you vibrate out, right? Quantum physics have actually proven that thoughts have vibrations and feelings, okay? So we're sentient beings, so we have a vibration. So whenever you're feeling guilty about anything, you attract punishment. So what happens is, if you keep feeling I should, or I'm guilty about it, or why aren't I, then you attract more of that. That's what you focus on expands, but you also start self-sabotaging, because you'll either attract other people or other things to punish you, because guilt demands punishment, or you'll punish yourself and self-sabotage over and over and over again. And so one of the things that I always want to share with people is this, that your emotions are linked to your money. Your emotions are linked to everything. Because if you are feeling guilty, then that is exactly what you will create. So the opposite of guilt is what? This is a test.
Don't test me. Love and joy and pleasure.
If you're in a courtroom, right, you're either guilty or you're
innocent.
Right.
Innocence.
Oh, that word. So it's innocent. Being innocent around money, right? And being innocent around relationships, and being innocent with yourself and that self-love, that's where it starts. Because if you feel innocent like that little baby, the baby doesn't beat itself up. So it's a learned response. It's not natural.
I agree with you. And I have to share with you offline at some point the story of my nephew and how he manifested something a couple of things that he wanted, and just by asking. And I'll share that with you offline, but it reminded me of something else that you're familiar with. So yeah, I agree with you. We have these conversations that are so subconscious or on the underlying areas that we don't even realize and how they surface. And if they want to learn some of those beliefs they have, I'm sure you have a way that they can find you. And that was one of the powerful things with some of the work I did with you is things that I thought that, I had peeled off, because I have done transformational work for most of my life at this point. And then when I went into Essence of Being, I think it was 3 years ago, 2017, I went in kind of like, oh, I've done this before. And I think one of the most powerful things for me is realizing that some of the stuff that has gone away for a lot of the part, but there's still pieces of it that, get to be peeled off. And that was the power of doing Essence of Being. And I'm going to just say it out there in the world. My favorite one of your classes was Passionate Manifestation. That was absolutely my favorite. And look at my face when I talk about it. It lights me up. It excites me. But how do people learn about Essence of Being? Because I really think that it is such a foundation for everybody. If they want to learn how to, peel off those layers and really just, and not make yourself a good person or bad person, because we're all perfect exactly the way we are. But how do we peel off those layers so that we're able to really experience life in the most delicious way that we possibly can? And I think for me, that's what Essence of Being is about.
Thank you, honey. Yeah, in Essence of Being, we do so many different programs, it's a lot of different levels that you can go through. And Passionate Manifestation is one of my favorite to teach as well and to experience myself. So it's passionately manifesting this. So the thing about it is, yes, you may know, right? So people conceptualize a lot of these concepts and thoughts, but when you come and experience it from a point of view of a cellular shift, from a spiritual connection and an emotional connection, as opposed to just concepts and applying it, it's a whole nother feeling, okay, of layers around that. So the experiential part of what we do really does shift. So if you go to essenceofbeing.com, of course, you can go there and see all the things that we do. And that is one of the things, Vismaya, I wanted to put. We really are building a global movement of conscious leaders, empowering others to create the win-win world. That is what we're about. And we're doing little 1 days for Essence of Abundance, Essence of Relationship, Essence of Communication, Essence of Leadership.
Hang on a second. Don't move around so much, because you're cutting in and out, and I don't know if it's the connection, but I want people to hear what you're saying.
Okay. I don't know. I have, this is normal for my Facebook Lives that I do.
I hear you perfectly now.
But my point is, we do these little, we're doing the Conscious Leadership Academy, which is our full-on 12-month membership that includes Essence of Being, which is our main 3-day class, but it also includes all the online courseware that we're doing all throughout the year, and you get support throughout the entire year with people of like mind. And we do webinars, but we do these face-to-face events: Essence of Abundance, Essence of Communication, Essence of Relationships, and Essence of Leadership. And then we finish it all up with a big gala to support you in your vision and your business and your life, so that you can contribute. So it's really about contribution, integrity, and purpose. And that's what we are all about in that. And so we are gathering a lot of conscious leaders around the world to create that win-win world. So if you go to essenceofbeing.com and you just do a /CLA, which stands for Conscious Leadership Academy, and we can put that in the down below later on, you can see all of what that's about. If you want to, and I'm going to give you a gift, because giving and receiving is the same thing, right?
Nice.
So if you go to essenceofbeing.com /EOA, which stands for Essence of Abundance, I'm giving a free online class. So it gives you kind of a taste of what the Academy is about, because you can do, we're giving out, it's a 12-month program all throughout the year. And this is a free class that you can take on abundance. So it'll give you kind of a little insight into that bubble talk about what's going on. That could.
And when is that class?
Well, the class, the 1-day class we're doing is this Saturday. And we're doing it again in November. But you can see all of the details on the Conscious Leadership Academy. But the online class is what I'm giving for free. So if you go to the essenceofbeing.com /EOA, you'll see a free abundance course, and you just click on it, and
Oh,
it's
okay, cool.
so it gives you kind of like some cool things you can do on your own online. But the thing that we're doing live is this Saturday. But the next Essence of Being, my friend, is in March 8th through the 10th. And again, you'll see all of that when you go to the site, essenceofbeing.com. But I wanted to give you that free abundance course so you can just kind of peek into that bubble talk and that subconscious and see what's in there.
I love it. Is there room still if people wanted to go to the actual class on Saturday? Do you have space available?
We're almost full, but
that's what I figured.
Yeah, we're almost full, but I mean, we just added one. We may be able to squeeze a couple more people in. It's just a matter of the room itself. But yeah, there's people coming in from all around the country and the world, actually. So that's just the one day kind of thing. But the Essence of Being is our full 3-day complement where you get to explore all of that, as you know, money, relationships, communication, leadership, purpose, integrity, life, business, all of it.
And what I love is you go in there and you do all this, it's a play shop, and I won't say anything else, but really you go in 3 days and you feel like by Sunday, it's like, it's over already. You know, I want to play more. I want to stay here, because there is the people who show up in your community are delicious and, like you said, conscious and wonderful and kind, and they're just the kind of people that I want to play with, and I'm so grateful that I get to play with them.
Yeah, well, you're part of our healing forest, my friend.
Yes, ma'am.
Love that. Yeah, it is a connection. It's a bond that we will spread throughout the world, that win-win world. And so that's what it's all about for me. And I'm just thrilled that I could support you in any way, and certainly with our t-shirts I'm excited about. And I wore your t-shirts all around the cruise, all around the different countries. So yeah.
You have to send me some pictures so I can post them.
I will, and I'm thrilled about being in your gratitude journal too. So.
Yes, and there's also a free gift in there. It's a different one. So if you get a journal, you will get a free gift, and Burge will have them, God willing, they will be delivered to my door within the next day or two, and Burge will have them at the Essence of Abundance workshop it's not Atlanta, it's Alpharetta.
Well, it's a suburb of Atlanta. It's north.
Okay.
It's north of Atlanta, but it's Alpharetta, yes.
Okay, so she will have them in Atlanta area. For anybody who wants them, definitely contact her and she can get them to you.
Yes, absolutely. You go to Burge. You can email me anytime, burge@essenceofbeing.com. And I would love to support you and you do. I do my bubble talk series every Tuesday and Friday on too, so that's free. And we do our power hours. I'm just throwing a lot of stuff that's available to you, but I'm accessible. Our power hours every month standard, and you have different topics every month that we go into. But you get to play and stay connected with us. Certainly, our Conscious Academy has been amazing so far.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here today. And I know you are preparing and getting ready for the event on Saturday, and I will post the link. I already have Essence of Being already in the description, but I will post the Essence of a Being /EOA so people can get that generous free gift that you gave us.
Well, thank you so much, Vismaya. You bring me so much joy, and I am so grateful, and I appreciate you and what you're doing out in the world. And I feel honored to be with you as well, my dear. So congratulations. So breathe that one in.
I received that. Thank you.
Good job.
I will talk to you soon.
Thank you. See you soon.
All right, guys. Have a great day.